Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Operation Smooth podcast. This is Kevin, and on today's episode, we are going to have a match day number 30 in the Barclays Premier League, and this is a big one. It's not a big one in terms of the top of the standings, but it is a big one in terms of the relegation battle in this 2025-2026 Barclays Premier League season. Let's go right to the league table, the live league table. As you can see, Arsenal, 31 games played. They are 9 points ahead of Manchester City. Manchester City does have a game in hand. If they were to win that, they'd be 6 points behind. They do have the big matchup at the Etihad Stadium coming up on April the 19th. And that will probably be the matchup that determines if Arsenal are going to walk away as Barclays Premier League champions. It's looking really good right now, especially the way Arsenal's schedule is set up. The Manchester City game is probably going to be their most difficult game on their remaining schedule, whereas Manchester City, they have to go to Chelsea. They do have the last match of the season at Aston Villa in case it comes down to Arsenal and Manchester City being 1 or 2 points behind. But Arsenal have opened up a nice 9-point gap as we look through the rest of the table. Let's focus on the big matchup today, and that is right there, 16 and 17. This is the matchup we're going to be bringing you today. Tottenham Hotspur, Nottingham Forest. This is match day 31, and as you can see, both Tottenham and Nottingham Forest 1 point. While Tottenham is 1 point above Nottingham and West Ham, Nottingham Forest is ahead of West Ham in the relegation battle on goal difference. So this is a mega important matchup, particularly for Tottenham Hotspur. They had a very good performance last week against Liverpool. Got to give them props for that. And they did get a point out of that, a matchup in which really nobody really thought that Tottenham had a chance. So props to them. They did get their first point under manager Igor Tudor. Igor Tudor had replaced Thomas Frank. I don't think Tottenham won a game yet under Igor Tudor. Obviously, the pressure is on. There was rumors about him getting sacked after the Liverpool game if they lost. Tottenham have not won in their last 12 Barclays Premier League matchups. Then you have Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have had their own managerial issues. They started off with Anja Postecoglou, and then they had Sam Dyche, and I believe Sam Dyche was let go. I keep forgetting who the manager of Nottingham Forest is, but that owner, he's kind of a little Cocoa Puffs. And you have West Ham United trying to get out of the relegation. So under manager Nuno Espirito Santo. Nuno Espirito Santo was the manager of Nottingham Forest last season. And like I stated a couple of seconds ago, Nuno Espirito Santo also managed Tottenham a few years ago. So it would be really something if Nuno Espirito Santo were able to take West Ham United ahead of Nottingham Forest and ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. Only one of those teams would get relegated. As you can see, Burnley and Wolves, they're pretty much done. Also, West Ham, they are going to play Aston Villa today, so that's not an easy matchup. They're going to go to Villa Park, so that might not be good for West Ham United. If they were to get a point out of that, it'd be really impressive. If West Ham were to go to Villa Park and beat Aston Villa, who have been struggling, that would definitely be one of the upsets of the season. Let's go back to the top of the table. Aston Villa, for a while there, they looked like they was in legit contention to maybe pull off an upset win, which would be one of the biggest surprises in Premier League history if Aston Villa were to win the Premier League. But they have fallen on hard times. They've again, they were at one time, they were second in the league. They have dropped to fourth. They have plummeted. They are right now crestfallen right now. Now they've lost some games that they probably shouldn't have. Quite frankly, they just don't have the depth to compete with Manchester City and Arsenal. props to Michael Carrick and Manchester United. They did have a 2-2 draw a couple of days ago against Bournemouth. They were, what, 13th, 15th when Michael Carrick took over for Ruben Amorim, and now look at Manchester United. They are in third place. No chance of them winning the league, but I'm going to be honest. The future is looking bright for Manchester United. It looks like they are back, but we'll see what happens at the end of the season. There are rumblings that Michael Carrick is only going to be there till the end of the season, and Manchester United are going to get maybe a more high-profile manager. That'll be interesting to see. But right now, the Manchester United players are responding to whatever message Michael Carrick is delivering. Let's look at the rest of the table. Liverpool, the defending champions, they lost to Brighton yesterday 2-1. And then Chelsea got absolutely embarrassed by Everton 3-0. So tough losses for them. Both of them really blew an opportunity to jump ahead of Aston Villa. So Aston Villa should be thankful that Liverpool and Chelsea lost yesterday. So it's a chance for Aston Villa to create a little space between Liverpool and Chelsea if Aston Villa are able to defeat West Ham, which on paper they should. Then you got Brentford having a real good season. Then you got Everton, Fulham, Brighton in 10th, Sunderland in 11th. Sunderland just beat Newcastle United. Man, that was a lot of extracurricular stuff going on outside the stadium. A lot of fighting in the Tyneside derby. If you don't know anything about the Sunderland Newcastle United rivalry, you get on YouTube and check out some of the history. Very long history between Sunderland and Newcastle United. Sunderland did win today, so they jump up to 11th. So they've got bragging rights over Newcastle. Bournemouth in 13th, Crystal Palace in 14th, Leeds United in 15th. I don't think Leeds United are going to drop into the relegation zone. So that leads us to this matchup again between Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest. Tottenham in 16th, Nottingham Forest in 17th. Both of these clubs absolutely desperate to avoid relegation. Also, a little later on today, we're going to have the Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester City. I might do a watch along for that. Let's just see what, depending on the time constraints after this matchup. So let's take a look at the projected starting lineups for both of these squads. For the home team, Tottenham, they're going to play in a basically 3-4-2-1 formation, what Edor Tudor likes to do. You've got Vicario as the goalkeeper. The center backs are going to be Mickey van de Ven, Christian Romero, back from suspension as the captain, Kevin Danso. The midfield is going to be Jet Spence, Pape Sarr, Archie Gray, who has really come on as a young midfielder for Tottenham, and then Pedro Porro. He's going to be basically the right wing back. Jet Spence is going to be the left wing back. The two supporting midfielders are going to be Matthias Tell and Richarlison, and the lone striker is going to be Dominic Solanke. For the visiting Nottingham Forest squad, you've got Sells as the goalkeeper. Their usual back four, an excellent back four. Not so much this season, but last season they were unbelievable. Aina as the right back. You've got Milankovic and Murillo as the two center backs. Nico Williams as the left back. The two supporting midfielders are going to be Sangare and Anderson. The three-man midfield, you're going to have Hutchinson, number 21, somebody who I don't know too much about. Morgan Gibbs-White in the center. He's the captain. Callum Hudson-Odoi as the left winger. And then Igor Jesus, who's really having a good season for Nottingham Forest. He is going to act as the lone striker. Let's see if we can Igor Tudor as the coach. Vitor Pereira, who came in earlier this season. Let's see, is there anything about the bench here? Hold on just 1 second. Let me see if I can pull up who's going to be on the bench for these squads. There you go. We've got, oh, just a second. Okay, we've got for Tottenham, Antonin Kinski, who had that horrible Champions League display against Atletico Madrid. Destiny Udogi, Dragusin. You've got Souza on the bench for Tottenham. Conor Gallagher, Joao Paulinho, Lucas Vergbal, Xavi Simmons, and Randall Colomani. That's the bench. You've got some injured players for Tottenham. Basuma, Ben Davis, Kulichevsky, Madison, Betancourt, Mohamed Kudus, Wilson Odeberry. Look at all those injuries for Tottenham. That has definitely had a really terrible effect on them throughout the season. For Nottingham Forest on the bench, Ortega, the former Manchester City keeper, Lucas Netz, Morato, who's a solid backup defender, Delani Bakwa, James McAtee, a former Manchester City player, Nicholas Dominguez, Ryan Yates, Dan Ndoye, Taiwo Awoniji, who's a very good backup striker. As far as the injuries, Cunha, you've got John Victor, Nicole Savona, who's out for the year, Willie Boley, and Chris Wood, their star striker. So those are the lineups for Nottingham Forest and for Tottenham Hotspur. Kickoff should start here in just a couple of minutes here on the Operation Smooth podcast. I might do the Arsenal Manchester City Carabao Cup final. Not 100% sure yet. But hopefully I can make that happen today. And again, kickoff for Tottenham Hotspur and Nottingham Forest. I should be in about 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to be on X. I'm on Rumble, and I am obviously on YouTube, trying to get this channel up and running. Yes, I got my Liverpool jersey on. Hey, not a great season for Liverpool, not a very good title defense, but hopefully Liverpool will be back next season as we get ready for today's matchup. This will be match day 31. It will be wild because of the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham, obviously the North London derby. Imagine if Arsenal were to win the Premier League and Tottenham Hotspur were to get relegated from the Premier League. That would be hell on earth for Tottenham Hotspur fans. Or imagine if Arsenal are looking to win the quadruple, which would be the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Champions League. Imagine if Arsenal were to win all 4 trophies and Tottenham Hotspur will get relegated. I do follow a couple of Tottenham Hotspur channels, particularly Henry Talks Tottenham and also Expressions Oozing. If that were to happen, even Arsenal winning the Premier League and Tottenham getting relegated, man, that would just send those 2 guys over the edge. It really would. It really good. The rants that Expressions and Henry Talks Tottenham would have, those rants will be generational. And for those of you who watch The Best of Enemies, which is Expressions, KG, the Manchester United, and Robbie, who's the Arsenal fan. Oh, imagine Tottenham getting relegated. And Expressions has to face Robbie. Oh my lord. That that would be generational as well. Uh, that would be the end of Expressions losing. I think he would I think he'd probably end up taking down his channel, if we're being honest. All right, there's a look at Archie Gray as we are about to start this big matchup here from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England. Tottenham Hotspur, they're going to be the home team in the blue shorts. Nottingham Forest, the visiting team, they will be wearing the red shirts with the white shorts and the red socks. There's a look at Elliot Anderson for Nottingham Forest as we are about to get underway here with this big match day 31 encounter between Nottingham Forest and Tottenham Hotspur. There's a look at Edor Tudor. I think he's still under fire. I mean, he is doing the best he can. They did show a lot of fight against Liverpool. So props to Tottenham Hotspur for that. But this is the biggest game of the season. They need to win this game in order to create some space between them, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham. Obviously, if they lose, Nottingham Forest would leapfrog over Tottenham. There's a look at Nottingham Forest in their team huddle. It looks like in this first half, Nottingham Forest will be the visiting team. Obviously, they will be attacking from right to left on the screen, wearing red. Tottenham in the home white. It looks like for this first half, they will be attacking, excuse me, from left to right as kickoff is about to begin. Pape Sarr looks like he's going to take the opening kick. Thank you for watching on the Operation Smooth podcast, and we are underway. Back to Vicario. Vicario with the long kick. Aina wins the header. Gibbs White. Christian Romero. Milenkovic. Archie Gray. Milenkovic heads it out of the area. Archie Gray again. Aina. Sangare. Oh, that was almost a bad back pass. But Milenkovic hoops it out of the way. Hutchinson gets taken down by Van de Ven. Now both of them are battling at the top of the screen to the top left. Mickey Van de Ven wins that battle. Hoops it out to Milenkovic. Pape Sarr heads it out. Aina to Sangare. Now Nottingham Forest in a little more control here. Nico Williams. Pressured by Pedro Porro. To Murillo. Back to Milenkovic. Milenkovic. To Sells. Sells. Risky pass to Sangare, but it works. To Milenkovic. Looks like Nottingham Forest is going to focus their attack on the right side. Again, Nottingham Forest wearing the red. They are attacking from right to left on the screen. Nico Williams. Murillo. Murillo barking out orders. Back to Sangare. Sangare playing in between the two center backs in support. Murillo. That hits Archie Gray. And now Tottenham with a chance. Archie Gray met by Elliot Anderson. Ball goes to Milenkovic. Good defending by Elliot Anderson. Now Aina. Hutchinson. To Aina. Aina at the top of the screen. That low cross just didn't work out. But there's Hutchinson recovering. But there's Matthias Tell there. There's the cross by Gibbs White. Oh, and it's headed. Good defensive work by Kevin Also into the arms of Vicario. Now, Tottenham. Jet Spence now on the right side. Pedro Porro to Jet Spence. Jet Spence, but met by Murillo. Good by Murillo. Murillo is one of the top defenders in the Premier League. Now, That's picked up by Danso to Solanke. But that pass meant for Richarlison picked up by Milenkovic. Now Forest with possession. Hudson-Odoi. Nico Williams. Sangare. Elliot Anderson. Again, Sangare has been dropping back in between the two center backs for Forest. Now Gibbs White. Gibbs White dropping back in a supporting role as well. Gibbs White to Elliot Anderson. Mickey Van de Ven picks it off, but it goes to Aina. Sangare. Aina. Hutchinson on the touchline to Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson to Gibbs White. Back to Anderson. Aina. Sangare. Milenkovic. Murillo. Nico Williams. Met by two Tottenham players. Sangare. Gibbs White. Gibbs White looks like he's just kind of rovering in the midfield area. Now, Odoi. Nico Williams loses possession in the penalty area. That's a strong challenge by Nico Williams or Richarlison, and that will be a foul. There's a look at Victor Pereira, who replaced Sean Dyche. That was a good cross. That was meant for Igor Jesus, but Kevin Danso, excellent defensive work. And that header goes into the arms of Vicario. Nico Williams clears it out. Danso. Jed Spence. Spence and Elliot Anderson battling for the ball. There's a scramble. Looked like Tottenham had won that, but the referee calls a foul by Pedro Porro on Elliot Anderson. This young man, Archie Gray, really coming along well for Tottenham. He looks like he could be one for the future for Spurs. Now, Nottingham. Hudson-Odoi on the left wing at the bottom of the screen. Elliot Anderson to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi met by Spence. Oh, what a pass to Elliot Anderson in the penalty area. He goes down in the penalty area, but nothing called. No penalty called. Oh, what a beautiful pass by Hudson-Odoi. I don't think Elliot Anderson was expecting that pass. Otherwise, he could have gotten a clear shot off. Archie Gray does make a little contact, but not enough. For that to be called a penalty. Elliot Anderson has 2 goals and 2 assists this season. He looks like I think he's played in every game for Forest. Now Jed Spence. Danso. Spence. Back to Danso. Out to Murillo. Gray. Anderson holds off Pedro Porro. Murillo. Back to Anderson. Back to Murillo. Spurs. Heavy pressure on Forest. Sells with the long pass to Igor Jesus. Anderson. Morgan Gibbs White, who's been a fantastic finding for Nottingham Forest. Chelsea's probably regretting giving up on Morgan Gibbs White. Anderson. Nico Williams. Elliot Anderson. Back to Murillo. Pressure by Spurs. Jed Spence wins the header. Goes all the way out to Richarlison off of Murillo at the bottom of the screen. and that'll be a throw in for Spurs. There's a look at Igor Tudor. They did win uh, the second uh, the second leg of their round of 16 matchup in the Champions League against Real Atletico Madrid, but they got destroyed 5-2 in the first leg. So Atletico Madrid advances on aggregate 7-5. So Atletico Madrid will play Barcelona in the quarterfinals of the 2025-26 Champions League. So now Spurs really nothing to play for except they're fighting off relegation. Kevin Danso pushing forward. Good pass to Richarlison. Lots of space near the center circle. Pape Sarr. Tottenham. Attacking right to left on the screen. Milenkovic sends it out. Throwing for Tottenham. Jed Spence. Solanke. That's Matthias Tell. Archie Gray. Mickey Van de Ven. Pressured by Hutchinson. To Tell, but clattered by Aina. And that's a foul by Aina on Matthias Tell. Free kick. Pedro Porro. Danso. Now Spence on the right side. At the bottom of the screen. Cross. Oh, good job by Aina to clear it out, and that'll be a corner for Tottenham Hotspur. I will say, in the Liverpool game that I watched last week, Tottenham did show some life. And they're showing life here early against Nottingham Forest. So this will be a corner for Tottenham. The corner will be taken at the top of the screen on the upper right corner. It looks like Matthias Tell will take the corner. Corner taken. Igor Jesus with the header to Sarr. Matthias Tell met by Gibbs White. Gibbs White wins it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, that looks like it's out. Okay, that's a foul by Matthias Tell on Hutchinson. That'll be a throw-in for Nottingham Forest as we've hit the 10-minute mark of the first half here in this matchup. Oh, there's a chance by Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Hudson-Odoi. To Nico Williams outside the penalty box. Now Nico Williams at the edge of the penalty area. Crossed by Hudson-Odoi. It was intended for Gibbs White. That's out, and that'll be a goal kick for Tottenham Hotspur. It looked like Tottenham had a chance, but the cross was too strong. Goal kick for Tottenham. There's the goal kick. Milenkovic. Aina. Hudson-Odoi heads it to no man's land. Vicario is there, outside of the penalty area. Kevin Danso. Archie Gray. Back to Danso. Jed Spence. Pedro Porro. Jed Spence. Heavy pressure by Forrest. Kevin Danso. Taken down by Igor Jesus. That's a foul. That'll be a free kick for Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, that's a clear push by Murillo on Richarlison, but nothing is called. The ball goes all the way back to Tottenham's side of the field. Kevin Danso. Now Christian Romero. Archie Gray, all the way to the left side of the pitch. Now Matthias Tell against Aina. Tell in the penalty box. Nice. Oh, he spun him around. Tell deflected. Oh, that's a corner. What a move by Matthias Tell. Breaking the ankles of Aina. But thankfully, Sangare was there to deflect the shot. And that'll be the second corner for Tottenham. Ooh. Aina's going to be hearing about that in the dressing room for a very long time. Matthias Tell. He'll be taking the corner, the top right corner of your screen. There's the corner. Misses everybody. Looks like it was deflected off of Forrest, off of Milenkovic. That'll be another corner for Tottenham Hotspur, the third corner in this half for Tottenham. This time it'll be taken from the corner on the bottom right of your screen. And Matthias Tell will take that corner as well from the bottom corner of your screen. Just missed. Looks like that was Richarlison who sent it just wide. It was a corner taken to the far edge of the penalty area. And Richarlison misses. Now, goal kick for Forrest. Murillo sends it way out. Van de Ven. Now, Pedro Porro. Solanke made a good pass to Porro, but Forrest get back on defense. Now Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro and Jet Spence on the right side, providing a lot of speed. That's off of Nico Williams. That'll be a throw-in for Tottenham. Again, Tottenham attacking from left to right on your screen. There's Victor Pereira taking some notes. Kevin Damso with the throw-in for Forrest. So throw-in into the penalty area. Oh, it hit Nico Williams, and then Richarlison headed it, and it hit the post. Now, Jet Spence. Pedro Porro crosses it into the penalty area. And that's off of Christian Romero. That'll be a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. Bounce off of Nico Williams. And it hit the post, the far post. Otherwise, that would have been Richarlison would have been right there. So Tottenham just miss an opportunity to go up 1-0. There's the goal kick sells to Archie Gray. Elliot Anderson, good awareness to send it to Nico Williams. To Murillo. Murillo to Matthias Sells. Back to Murillo. Heavy pressure by Tottenham. Murillo gets out of trouble. Milenkovic. Milenkovic long to Igor Jesus. Igor Jesus is there. Hudson-Odoi in the penalty box. Elliot Anderson. The cross to Hutchinson. Hutchinson on the other side of the penalty area. Met by Matthias Sells. Hutchinson. Shot saved by Vicario. Good shot by Hutchinson. That was Nottingham Forest's best opportunity so far. Gets by Matthias Tell. Takes the left-footed shot. Saved by Vicario. Now Tottenham on the attack. Pedro Porro back to Vicario. Vicario. Romero. Archie Gray. Back to Romero. Now the pressure being applied by Nottingham Forest. Vicario. Vicario with a long pass. Met by Nico Williams. To Hudson-Odoi. Elliot Anderson battling Jet Spence. Anderson wins that battle. Nico Williams on the touchline, met by Jet Spence. Hudson-Odoi, who's dropped back into the midfield. To Aina. Aina to Hutchinson. To Aina. Hudson-Odoi. Now Hudson-Odoi on the right side of the midfield. Oh, picked off by Sar. And it goes all the way back to Milenkovic. Milenkovic sends it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for Tottenham. Throw-in. Aina, dispossessed. Matthias Tell with his speed. Aina clears it. Another throw-in for Tottenham. In these first 20 minutes, Tottenham have been a little bit better than Nottingham Forest so far. And they've had more scoring opportunities. And like I stated before, they showed life against Liverpool. They obviously did beat Atletico Madrid, even though that result was pretty much done and dusted from the first leg. And Tottenham Hotspur showing signs of life here against Nottingham Forest today. Danso with the throw-in into the penalty box. Cleared out. Pedro Porro hops it into the penalty area. Aina takes down Sarb. No penalty called. Blocked by Sangare. Ball in the air. Danso. Milenkovic. Hudson-Odoi clears it. To Archie Gray. Archie Gray to Matthias Tell. Matthias Tell causing a lot of problems in that left side. Attacking Aina. Tell. Cuts inside. Hutchinson is there. So is Sangare. Okay, there's a few players down. Matthias Tell is down. Archie Gray is down. And so is Sangare. Heavy challenge by Sangare on Archie Gray, but nothing called. There's the first challenge, but Aina does get the ball. No penalty call. That was the right call by the ref. Archie Gray still down from that challenge. Now Archie Gray back on his feet. It's going to take him a little bit, but looks like he'll be able to walk it off. Thank you to everybody that's watching on X. Appreciate it. All right, back to the action. Mickey Vicario to Kevin Danso. The long for Jet Spence, but cleared out by Murillo. Hudson-Odoi back to Murillo. That was an excellent pass, but that's out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. Jed Spence near the touchline. That's a bad pass. Throwing for Nottingham. Nico Williams with the throw in midway through the first half. Igor Jesus. Elliot Anderson. Hutchinson. Lots of space. He's got Aina in support. Vanderman cuts off that pass to Sangare. Milenkovic. Murillo. Nico Williams. Back to Murillo. Oh, nice pass. Nico Williams met by Danso. Danso, too strong. Archie Gray. Pedro Porro, but Nottingham's there. Double team, that's a foul by Nico Williams. Pedro Porro. Nico Williams not happy with that call. There's Elliot Anderson shouting instructions to his teammates. It'll be a free kick. Vicario, the goalkeeper for Nottingham, for Tottenham, will take the free kick. Matthias Tell to Vanderben in the penalty box. Gets it past Aina. Vanderben with a low cross. Met by Milenkovic. That's cleared. That'll be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. Mickey Vanderben. Looks like he got stepped on. Good clearance by Milenkovic. Excellent pass by Matthias Tell. Didn't look like there was any clear contact by Aina. Mickey Vanderman with something to say to Aina. And that'll be a throw for Tottenham Hotspur. Kevin Danso with the throw-in. Into the penalty box. Cleared by Igor Jesus. Now Sangare clears it. Archie Gray. Christian Romero. Now Forrest. Hutchinson. Oh, Hutchinson had a chance there, but Archie Gray blocks that off. Now Vicario. To Sarr. Matthias Tell. Back to Sarr. Romero. Danso. Archie Gray. Now back to Vicario. Vicario with a long pass. Murillo. Sangare. Elliot Anderson. Met by Richarlison. To Sangare. Foul by Elliot Anderson on Richarlison near the center circle. Just south of the center circle. Still no score between Tottenham and Nottingham Forest. That result would be favorable for West Ham if West Ham were to get a point against Aston Villa today. There's Kevin Danso near the bottom of the screen. And that'll be another throw-in for Tottenham. Jed Spence with the throw-in. Richarlison met by Sangare. Pedro Porro near the touchline, but that's picked off. Nico Williams met by Porro. And that's going to be a throw-in. Excuse me, that'll be a goal kick in favor of Tottenham, in favor of Nottingham Forest. As we're near the half-hour mark. Clears it out. And that goes all the way back to Nico Williams. Pressure by Porro. Murillo clears it. But there's Danso. Now Sangare. Elliot Anderson. Jet Spence wins that battle against. Oh, there's a chance. Richarlison for Tottenham. Cross. Oh, just missed by Solanke. That should have been 1-0 Tottenham Hotspur. Jet Spence wins that battle. That might have been offsides, but it doesn't matter. Oh, that low cross. Oh, Solanke, how did you miss that? Oof. Oh, that miss might come back to haunt Tottenham, but we'll see. But still, Tottenham have been they've been the better team so far in the first half. Oh, nice move by Pedro Porro. Richarlison tried the pass, but Murillo is there. Now Aina. Back to Sells. Oh, it should be 1-0 Tottenham right now. Now Sells. Pressured by Richarlison. Clear it out. Oh, there's Elliot Anderson. Oh, what a move. But he can't get by 3 Tottenham players. Now Archie Gray. To Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro tries the cross. Hits Nico Williams where it hurts the most. And that'll be another corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Yep, hit him. You know where. So I think Nico will be down there for. He'll be down on the ground there for a minute. That's for sure. Okay, this is the fourth corner. For Spurs. Tell with the corner. Cleared out. Charlison. That's over the bar. Looks like it's going to be another corner for Tottenham. Another corner for Tottenham. Cleared by Forrest. Forrest might have a chance for a counterattack. But good defensive play by Pedro Porro. Now Pape Sarr. Mickey Van de Ven. Gets past Sangare. Now Matthias Tell. Who's been a problem? Oh, that cross just over the head of Richarlison. That'll be a goal kick for Forest. Matthias Tell really attacking the right side of the Nottingham defense. That cross was just a little too high, though. But again, Tottenham Hotspur, they've been the better team in this first half, but boy, did they miss an opportunity to go up 1-0. You know, Romero, Solanke, beats out Hutchinson. Now Solanke gets to Tell. Tell getting past Milenkovic. And that's off of Island. That's going to be another corner. This corner is going to be taken from the top right-hand corner of the screen. Again, Tottenham, they've been the better team in this first half. Corner taken. And that's off of Igor Jesus, and that'll be another corner for Tottenham Hotspur. Matthias Tell with the corner. Cleared up by Milenkovic. Good clearance. Jet Spence to Matthias Tell. Spence crosses it into the penalty area. Deflected by Murillo, and that's going to be another corner for Tottenham Hotspurs. Tottenham Hotspur showing signs of life. This is the 8th corner of this first half by Tottenham. This is taken from the bottom right corner of the screen. Matthias Tell getting a workout. Get a lot of corners in today. I don't think he'll need them in training for this. There's the corner. Igor Jesus with the clearance. Tell against Hutchinson. To Papezar. Jet Spence. 10 minutes left in the first half. Still no score. Pedro Porro. To Archie Gray. Papezar. Archie Gray. Archie Gray. Long cross. Met by Milenkovic. Sangare, that pass is too long. Archie Gray is there. Back to Vicario. Victorio. Kevin Danso. Jet Spence. Back to Danso. Christian Romero. Good pass across the middle to Zamani Solanke, who was stopped by Sangare. Papezar. Mickey Van de Ven. Matthias Tell. To Solanke. Where's Sangare defense there? Richarlison. Just outside the penalty area. To Tell. Tell met by Sangare. Sangare. Getting physical. That goes back to Van de Ven. Back to Christian Romero. To Archie Gray. Nottingham Forest. Resolute on defense. But for how long? Good pass by Porto to Jet Spence. The cross. Milenkovic. Great defending to clear out of the area to Mickey Van de Ven. Back to Christian Romero. Papezar. Back to Romero. Romero tries a long pass. Doesn't work, but Solanke's there. Oh, that pass would have been a beautiful pass, but picked off by Forrest. Now Elliot Anderson. Yep, that's a clear foul by Christian Romero on Elliot Anderson. So that'll be a free kick for Forrest. Again, it should be 1-0 Tottenham. Dominic Solanke missed that clear goal scoring opportunity. Murillo. Milenkovic. Back to Murillo. Nico Williams, Igor Tudor imploring his team to press forward. Gibbs White, that was a risk pass, but it works. To Aina. Hutchinson, met by Mickey Van de Ven. Hutchinson, he looks like he's the smallest player on the pitch for both teams. Cross into the penalty area, cleared out. Mickey Van de Ven, blocked by Hutchinson. That'll be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur. There's a look at Chris Wood, the star striker for Forest. Oh, looks like he'll be out till May. He might not be back for the remainder of the season. Throw in for Tottenham. Taken by Van de Ven. Pedro Porro near the center circle. Good long pass, but Hudson-Odoi is there to Sells. Sells sends it out, but Dominique Solanke's there. Back to Kevin Danso. Danso. Pape Sarr at the center circle. To Van de Ven. Van de Ven. Back to Romero. Archie Gray. To Kevin Danso. To Jed Spence. Back to Danso. To Romero. Forrest pushing forward. Now Matthias Tell, who's been winning his battle against Aina in this first half. Back to Van de Ven. Romero. Papa thought that was a risky pass. Kevin Danso. Jed Spence. Back to Danso. Now all the way back to Vicario. Vicario. Danso. Tries a pass, but Elliot Anderson is there. And that pass by Hudson-Odoi way too long. Goes to back to Vicario. Now Van de Ven. Now Matthias with a lot of space against Aina. Sarr. Van de Ven. Archie Gray. There was space there for Solanke. Richarlison. Met by Murillo. But Elliot Anderson loses possession. Oh, good tackle on Solanke. Now Elliot Anderson. Gibbs White holding off Danso. Now Gibbs White cutting inside. Fouled by Jed Spence. So that'll be a free kick, which will be taken by Elliot Anderson well outside of the penalty area. Nottingham attacking from right to left on the screen. To Hutchinson, that almost goes out. Back to Anderson. Anderson with the cross. Cleared by Tottenham. Murillo. Murillo sends it all the way back to Aina. Aina to Milenkovic now. Igor in the penalty area. Igor to Hutchinson. Hutchinson met by Archie Gray and by Richarlison to Pape Sarr. Back to Archie Gray. Christian Romero. Risky pass, but it works to Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro with a long pass to Richarlison, but Richarlison cannot keep it in bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Nottingham. Still plenty of signs of life by Tottenham. Sangare. Milenkovic. Morgan Gibbs White, surrounded by two Tottenham players. Back to Nico Williams. Elliot Anderson. Milenkovic. Aina. Hutchinson. Sangare. Ina. Elliot Anderson. Back to Ina. Hutchinson met by Van de Ven. He's not going to win that matchup. Now, out to Murillo. Elliot Anderson. Gibbs White. Murillo. Murillo again. Tries a pass. But Nico Williams is there. Hudson-Odoi. Gibbs White. That's off of Archie Gray, and that'll be a corner for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest's first corner of the first half. That corner will be taken from the bottom left corner on your screen. Nico Williams will take that corner. There's a look at the Forest fans. Obviously, they are hoping to avoid relegation as well. A draw here doesn't really help either side. There's the corner for Forest. Romero clears it. Oh, Igor Jesus almost with a spectacular goal. Tip by Vicario. That'll be another corner for Forest. That was cleared by Romero. And Anderson heads it to Igor Jesus. That would have gone in too. Ooh, that would have been a superb goal. Corner taken. Forest up 1-0. Igor Jesus with the goal. And Forest lead 1-0 just before halftime. And if this result holds up, Nottingham Forest will leapfrog Tottenham. Christian Romero not happy. And oh, what a missed opportunity again by Dominique Solanke earlier. Oh, what could have been. Beautiful header. Just at the stroke of Hatton went just over the head of Christian Romero. Got 2 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, nice little Dragon Ball Z reference. Look at the Nottingham fans, loving every minute of it. They're hoping to stay in the Premier League. Devastating blow for Tottenham. Now Tottenham got to get it together. Now Pedro Porro. Oh, good block. Good block by Nico Williams. Oh, Romero looked like he wanted to shoot it. Pedro Porro. Oh, that's blocked by Murillo. Excellent block on that shot by Papezar. Milenkovic. Now Christian Romero. Porro. Great. Now Porro again. The cross. Oh, Matthias Tell. That looks like that should have been out of bounds. Matthias Tell. Good tackle by Aina. Matthias Tell. Shot. Post. Oh, the bunch of bodies in the penalty area. But that's a foul on top. Hudson-Odoi is down. Christian Romero is down in the penalty area. Good tackle by Aina. Sar. The shot. Oh, it hits the keeper and it hits the post. Nico Williams takes down Christian Romero in the penalty box. Look at that replay. Sells gets a hand on it, and then it hits the top of the post. And then Hudson Odoi goes down along with Dominic Solanke. Tottenham wanting a penalty. So there is a VAR check to see if it's a penalty. Nico Williams did have his arm kind of wrapped around the shoulder of Christian Romero, but nothing is called. No penalty. That's the decision by VAR. The home crowd frustrated by the call. There's the goal kick. Murillo hoops it back to Vicario. Nottingham Forest right now just wanting a, and that's it. That's the first half. A huge goal by Igor Jesus just before halftime. Off the corner. And at halftime, it is Nottingham Forest up 1-0 on Tottenham Hotspur. However, Aston Villa looks like they're leading West Ham 1-0. So let's take a look at the Premier League table. Obviously, Arsenal and Man City, they will be playing the Carabao Cup later on today. Aston Villa leads West Ham 1-0. So if all the results hold up, Nottingham Forest will leapfrog Tottenham and West Ham, who, like I said, looks like they're trailing Aston Villa right now. So that's a misprint. So Villa is up 1-0 on West Ham right now. So if those results hold, what you're looking at the screen will be how things will end at the end of the day. Nottingham Forest, 2 points ahead of Tottenham and 3 points ahead of West Ham. A little bit of a cushion. Leeds United, they'd be 1 point ahead of Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, but I don't see Leeds United end up getting dragged into this relegation battle. And then Crystal Palace, Newcastle, and all those guys, they're safe. So that's what we're looking at right now with the live standings, and we'll see what happens in the second half. I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right back on the Operation Smooth podcast. Keep it right here. All right, everybody. I am back on the Operation Smooth podcast. It is halftime between Nottingham Forest and Tottenham Hotspur. Nottingham Forest with the header from Igor Jesus to give them a 1-0 lead going into halftime. A huge goal, obviously, by Igor Jesus. Let's take a quick look at the lineups, and I'm just going to give you just kind of my own personal analysis of what has transpired in the first half. If we're being honest with ourselves, Tottenham, they've had 8 corners in the first half, and they've had substantially more opportunities than Nottingham Forest. To be honest, it says here 6.7 for Matthias Tell. Matthias Tell, to me, has been the best player on either side. Tremendous first half performance, really giving Ola Aina the business, attacking Nottingham Forest as right side of the defense. With that being said, Dominic Solanke cannot believe that he missed that open opportunity from that cross by Richarlison. To be honest, that's been the biggest moment of this matchup. I mean, just what an unbelievable miss. Unbelievable miss by Dominic Solanke and Nottingham Forest with the lead. There you go, going into the second half. Nico Williams has been solid on the left side of Nottingham's defense. The 2 center backs for Nottingham, Milenkovic and Murillo, they've been outstanding. They've been outstanding for Nottingham Forest. Sells had a good save off the shot by Matthias Tell at his hand, and then it hit the top of the crossbar. Sangari has been solid, and Elliot Anderson has been very good. Hudson-Odoi has been pretty quiet this first half. Morgan Gibbs-White has been relatively quiet. Igor Jesus with the goal for Nottingham Forest. Dominic Solanke, not persona non grata, nowhere to be found. Pedro Porro and Spence they've been all right on the right side with their speed. Kevin Danso and Christian Romero, they've been average, but really they haven't had a lot of opportunities defensively. But give props to Nottingham Forest. Their defense has been absolutely resolute in this first half with all those corners that they have conceded. Despite that, it is still 1-0 Tottenham at the end of the first half. And before we go into the second half, one last look at the table. Looks like Aston Villa is up 1-0 on West Ham. So if that result is to hold and Nottingham Forest hold on, Nottingham Forest will be 3 points clear of West Ham. Tottenham will only be 1 point ahead of West Ham. Now, if West Ham somehow comes back and beats Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur would fall into the 18th spot in the relegation zone. Burnley and Wolves, they're pretty much out of the picture. They're pretty much going to get relegated, and both will end up in the championship next season. So it basically comes down to West Ham, Tottenham, and Nottingham Forest. Leeds, they would be 1 point ahead of Nottingham Forest, but I don't see Leeds United, honestly, falling into the relegation zone. So it's going to come down to Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, and West Ham. So I think we've got one last commercial break, and that's over. So the second half is about to begin. And we've got a couple of substitutions for Tottenham. Looks like Lucas Vergbal is going to come on. So let's see what we got. Lucas Vergbal is going to come on for Tottenham. And Destiny Udogie is also going to come on for Tottenham. Let's see who they're going to be replacing. Wow, Destiny Udogie coming on for Mickey Van de Ven. That's a surprise. So Mickey Van de Ven is gone. And then for Lucas Vergbal. Let's see who he's going to be replacing. Yeah, I'll find out in a second. As we start the second half. Here on the Operations podcast, Hutchinson. Okay, nothing called there. Looks like he was taken down by Kevin Danso. Kevin Danso wagging his finger at Hutchinson. There was contact, but good no call. As we start the second half, Milenkovic, good clearance. Desti Udogie. Papezar. Kevin Danso. To Christian Romero. Oh, that looks like Pedro Porro. Papezar. Matthias Tell. Desti Udogie. Now, Ola Aina has a lot to think about. You got Matthias Tell and Destiny Udogie. Udogie in the penalty area. Low cross, but cleared. Now Elliot Anderson for Forest. Clears it all the way out, but no one's there in support. Lucas Bergvall. Archie Gray. Danso. Spence. Matthias Tell. Against Aina. Cutting inside. Anderson. With the push. That's out. That'll be a throw for Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur, the home team in the second half, they are attacking from right to left on the screen. Tottenham in the white shirt with the blue shorts. Nottingham Forest, the visiting team, with the red shirt, the white pants, and the Red Sox. They are the visiting team attacking from left to right on your screen. All right, and it looks like Lucas Vergbal has come on for Jet Spence. But Lucas Vergbal looks like he's playing in a more of a midfield role. And looks like Pedro Porro has moved into the right back slot that Jet Spence had occupied in the first half. That's kind of what it's looking like here early in the second half. So and then it looks like Tottenham has changed. Looks like they're in a 4-4 formation right now. So it looks like Pedro Porro dropped back again into Udogie's role. And it looks like Lucas Vergbal He should be dropping in front of Pedro Porro, but he's dropping more in the middle. Now, Nico Williams, a possible break for Forrest. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi. Back to Sangare. Sangare. To Aina. Aina. Hutchinson. Anderson. Anderson with the cross. What a save by Vicario off the header by Nico Williams. That was almost 2-0 Forest. Oh, that was close. Good save by Vicario. Now all the way back to Sells. Sells with the long kick. He slips. Now Archie Gray. Gray. Solanke in the penalty area against Aina. Low cross, but cleared by Milenkovic. I have to say, Nottingham Forest, very resolute on defense. But let's see how long that holds up. There's the corner by Tottenham. Cleared by Nottingham. And that's a clear foul by Papezar on Hutchinson. I'm going to be honest, I've never really heard of this this young man, Omari Hutchinson, a 22-year-old right winger. Never heard of him until today. Aston Villa leading West Ham 1-0 in the 54th minute. Hutchinson, met by Destiny Udogie. Back to Milenkovic. Now Murillo. Murillo, I don't know what he was thinking on that pass. But Kevin Danso is there. Beats out Igor Jesus. Now Matthias Tell against Aina. Aina with the physical play. Takes him down. That's a foul. I don't think it's enough for a yellow card. But Matthias Tell has definitely won his battle, in my opinion, against Ola Aina. So a free kick for Tottenham. Christian Romero. Bergvall. Pedro Porro cutting inside. To Bergvall. Bergvall. Now he cuts inside. Left foot. No shot. Murillo. Good defense. No penalty called. Igor Jesus met by Christian Romero. Off the foot of Romero. Romero met by Sangare. Nico Williams, and that's a foul by Sangare on Christian Romero. That's going to be a yellow card. Issued out to Sangare. So now Sangare's got to be extra careful. All right, that'll be a free kick for Tottenham. Well outside the penalty area. It's about 30 yards outside of the penalty area. Pedro Porro to Bergvall. Pedro Porro with the cross into the penalty box. Christian Romero with the header way wide. And that will be a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. There's a look at Igor Tudor. Still yet to win a game as manager of Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur have not won a game, a Premier League matchup in the 2026 calendar year, and we are headed into April. That's how bad it's been for Tottenham. Back to the Aina with the pressure. Pape's, uh-oh. Gibbs White was there, but Saw recovers. That was a Igor Jesus to Danso. Now Christian Romero. Now Christian Romero with a long pass to Matthias Tell. Matthias Tell into the penalty area. Murillo, excellent defending to Archie Gray. Archie Gray should have shot that. Lucas Verbal with the cross. Goes over across the penalty area. Now Matthias Tell. Udogi. Met by Gibbs White. That's out. Udogi. Archie Gray. Papizar. Matthias Tell against Hutchinson now. On the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Matthias Tell. Archie Gray with the shot. Blocked. Another shot. Good defending there by Elliot Anderson. Good combination block by Milenkovic and Elliot Anderson. Nottingham Forest, they've been very, very resolute on defense in this matchup. Goal kick for Forest. Sells with the kick. Romero. Solanke met by Aina. No foul called. Hutchinson. Fouled by Matthias Tell. Igor Tudor asking for a foul seconds earlier. That was not called. Free kick for Forest. Near the center circle. Taken by Elliot Anderson. The cross into the penalty box. Hudson-Odoi at the top of the screen. Nico Williams with the cross. Ooh, that was close. A little too strong there. That could have been an opportunity for Murillo or Gibbs White to get it into the back of the net. But too strong. And that'll be a goal kick for Tottenham Hotspur. Taken quickly by Vicario. Aina is there. Good work. All the way back to Destiny Udogi. Met by Hutchinson. Oh, bad pass by Udogi. Elliot Anderson. Nico Williams. Elliot Anderson. Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi has been very quiet in this game. Murillo back to Hudson-Odoi. Anderson. Murillo sends it back to Milenkovic, who's near the center circle. Pressure by Solanke. Aina. Sangare, who's on a yellow. Sangare. Back to Milenkovic. Milenkovic. To Murillo. That pass to Gibbs White. That was a foul, but that was a foul by Gibbs White. That should have been called on Archie Gray. So that'll be a free kick to Tottenham. Gibbs White upset at the referee that he didn't call the obvious pull of the arm that was committed by Archie Gray. Nevertheless, free kick for Tottenham. On the upper area of the screen, Christian Romero is going to take this free kick. Tries to get it to Richarlison. Unsuccessful. Lucas Bergwall wins that. Richarlison. Pedro Porro. Blocked by Sangare. Pedro Porro to Christian Romero. Aina. Hutchinson. Sends it high in the air. Igor Jesus. Taken down by Christian Romero. Nothing called. Now Christian Romero with a chance. Tries the slick move. Taken down by Sangare. Nothing called. Sangare, almost gets dispossessed. Now, Nico Williams. Lots of space on the top of the screen. To Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi met by Pedro Porro. Hudson-Odoi. Known to cut inside. Cuts inside. Hutchinson probably should have shot that. Left-footed shot. By Lucas Vergball. All the way back. And now Sells. That header won by Danso. Lucas Vergball. Pedro Porro. Christian Romero. Again, Lucas Vergball came on for Jed Spence. And Destiny Udogi came on for Mickey Van de Ven. Those substitutions were made at the beginning of the second half. No substitutions yet for Nottingham Forest. Christian Romero to Kevin Danso. Papasar almost messed that up. Back to Romero. Richarlison, that's intercepted by Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Sangare. Good work. Murillo. Elliot Anderson. Nico Williams. Now Forest in Tottenham's half of the pitch. Hudson-Odoi. Back to Nico. Back to Odoi. Now 1-2 between them. Back to Murillo. Gibbs White. Roaming into that space. Hudson-Odoi. Gets past Pedro Porro. Yes. Morgan Gibbs White. It looked like Vicario saved it, but let's take a look at the replay. But it is 2-0 Nottingham Forest. Henry talks Tottenham. And expressions oozing. They're going to have generational rants. And now you can see the body language of the players for Tottenham Hotspur. Not good. Nothing but positive vibes, though, for Nottingham Forest. Callum Hudson-Odoi finally making something happen. Gets past Pedro Porro. The ball just goes underneath Vicario. Good strong shot by Gibbs White. Where's the defense? Where's the defense? There were 3 people on Igor Jesus, leaving Gibbs White wide open. Somebody missed a defensive assignment there. And the captain for Forest with his 9th Premier League goal. And it is 2-0 Nottingham. And look at the look of disenchantment on the faces of the Tottenham Hotspur fans. Still 7 games to go. Looks like West Ham is still down to Aston Villa. Aston Villa should win that. Now, off of Aina. Now Tottenham have to play with a big sense of urgency now, down 2-0. Let's see how Nottingham Forest responds. Will Nottingham be aggressive and try to get a 3rd goal and really put this game out of reach? Vicario. Kevin Danso. Destiny Udogi. Back to Danso. And Nottingham looks like they're putting some pressure on the defenders. And now they're backing off. Now Kevin Danso making things happen. Pushing forward. Good block by Sangare. Collision there between Gibbs White and Hutchinson causes Nottingham to lose possession. It's all the way back to Romero, courtesy of Matthias Tell. Now Pedro Porro. Archie Gray. Matthias Tell. Now Matthias Tell cutting inside. Destin Udogie. Udogie met by Hutchinson. Bergvall. Hudson-Odoi misses the tackle. Oh, that was an opportunity from the cross by Papezar. Looks like is that gonna be a corner for Tottenham? Because that looked like it went off of Sar. Okay, no, it was cleared by Milinkovic. So that'll be another corner for Tottenham. That's the 10th corner for Tottenham Hotspur in this matchup. Looks like there's an injury. Looks like Matthias Tell holding his right leg. A couple of Tottenham's trainers there. Ask him how he's feeling. Looks like we might get another substitution here. Looks like Matthias Tell is not going to be able to continue. That's a shame. He's been the best player for Tottenham in this matchup. And Vicario probably. Okay, so Tom's going to take that corner from the top left-hand corner of the screen. Let's see what's the status of Matthias Tell. Okay, Matthias Tell comes off. Looks like Xavi Simons is going to come off. I think Xavi Simons probably should have started. Looks like Richarlison is going to come off. He's not happy, but you know, he played okay. And looks like Randall Colomuani, number 39, is going to come on for Tottenham. And it's not looking good right now for Spurs, as they'll take their 10th corner of the match. Maybe those two substitutions will bring life to Spurs in this moment. Corner. Oh, Romero just missed. Murillo with the clearance. All the way back to Destiny Udogie. No substitutions made by Nottingham Forest. There's Xavi Simons with the long pass over Moani's head. And that'll be a throw-in for Nottingham Forest. It is not looking good right now for Spurs. There's Xavi Simons taken by Nico Williams, and the foul called. Let's take a look at what we're looking at here for Tottenham. Matthias Tell just came off. Xavi Simons replaces him. Richarlison, other than that cross to Solanke, not very productive. He's out. Colomani comes on. And then you have the two halftime substitutions. Mickey Van der Ven substituted for Destiny Udogie. And also, Jet Spence got taken off for Lucas Bergvall. Looks like Nottingham is about to make a couple of substitutions. We'll get to those in just a second. And the situation is urgent for Tottenham Hotspur. Pedro Porro will take the free kick. A two-man wall by Forest. Pedro Porro Oh, Kevin Downs. Oh, that cross. Just not good enough. That'll be a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. Just a little over 20 minutes left in this matchup. Now you're going to see a double substitution by Nottingham Forest. Ryan Yates is coming on for Nottingham Forest. He will be replacing Callum Hudson-Odoi, who, other than the past two, Morgan Gibbs-White for the second goal, really a quiet game, in my opinion. And then Awoni is going to come on for Igor Jesus, who scored the first goal of the matchup. He had a very good game. Oh, Morgan Gibbs-White, the captain, looks like he's coming off as well. Because he just gave Ryan Yates the armband. So it looks like a triple substitution, or did Yates just get the armband? And that's it. Because I don't. I know. Let's get back to the action. There's Yates, Murillo, back to Sells. I'll find out here in a second if there was a triple substitution. Okay, Romero. Colomani. Solanke to Destiny Udogi. Xavi Simmons. It might be a chance for Tottenham. Pape Zar. There's Awoni. Archie Gray. Destiny Udogi. There's the cross. Way too long, and that's out. There you see some Tottenham Hotspur fans leaving. Okay, so it was just a double substitution, but looks like Yates was given the. I saw in the substitution that Morgan Gibbs-White gave Yates the captain's armband. I could be wrong. But I don't. Okay, yeah, Morgan Gibbs-White is still on the pitch. All right, that'll be a throw in for Forest. It's looking there. It's looking good for them right now. And of course, I'll show the standings once this game is over. Good thing for Tottenham. West Ham is down 2-0 to Aston Villa. That's no, but that's really no big surprise. It's a matchup Villa should be winning, and Villa needs to win because they've had some struggles of their own. All right, Tottenham got 20 minutes left here. Pedro Porro with Gibbs-White. Oh, but good defending by Nico Williams. And keeps it from becoming a corner. Looks like that's to Yates. And there's a foot race. But Vicario is there. Throw in for Nottingham. The top of the screen. Awoni. Oh, bro, he straight up elbowed Christian Romero there. Igor Tudor imploring his team. Danso. Gray to Pedro Porro, met by Gibbs White. Archie Gray. Tottenham running out of time. They got 15 minutes left. Danso. Danso. Papizar. Archie Gray. Probably should take a shot from there, but he doesn't. Pedro Porro. Christian Romero. Nottingham Forest, they are in European competition right now. They are in the Europa League. They advanced to the quarterfinals, I believe. Oh, good cross by Destiny Udogi. Lucas Vergbal just missed. So there was a chance for Tottenham. Excellent cross by Destiny Udogi. Goes by a couple of Tottenham players. Mount and Solanke just missed. Bergvall gets a foot on it, but that shot goes wide. And the sense of urgency is getting real for Forest. Header won by Simmons, but it goes to Aina. Aina seems to have settled down after a rough first half, battling Tell. But now Tell is off due to injury. Looks like Aina's a little more composed. Kevin Danso. Sar. Romero. Pedro Porro. Oh, a slip by Nottingham. Nico Williams slips. Archie Gray. The deflection's off of Elliot Anderson. That'll be another corner for Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur running out of hope here. Pedro Porro will take the corner, the top left-hand corner of your screen. About 15 minutes left in the match. There's the corner. Gibbs White. Sar. Oh, it hits. Looks like it hits off of a Nottingham player. Looks like it hits off of Sangare, and that'll be another corner for Tottenham. Let's see. Oh, Sangare just gets a foot on the ball, and it goes wide of the net. And now Pedro Porro to the corner, bottom left corner of your screen. Corner taken off of Sangare. Back to Tell. Back to Cells. The Forest fan loving it. Cells with the long pass. And goes all the way back to Vicario. Now Kevin Danso. Papizar. Archie Gray. Bergvall back to Archie Gray. Nottingham applying pressure. Looks like Nottingham's playing a little more sense of urgency than Tottenham. And that pass goes nowhere fast. And that'll be a throw-in for Nottingham Forest. I wish I could put the audio up so you could hear probably the moans and groans of the Tottenham faithful, but I don't want to get this channel in trouble. Okay, Udogi. Good pass to Papizar. Oh, but that's... Oh, Gibbs White. Excellent defensive work. Goes all the way back to Vicario. Kevin Danso. Udogi. Udogi breaks Hutchinson's ankles. Now Simmons cutting inside on Aina, but Sangare is there again. Now, good pass to Hutchinson. Hutchinson taken down by Papizar. That's a foul, and that'll be a free kick For Nottingham Forest, we've got another substitution. Hutchinson, who's had a good game, comes off. Ndoye, number 14, will come on for Hutchinson. Dan Ndoye, 25-year-old out of right winger from Switzerland. Really don't know anything about him, but he'll be Nottingham's third substitution. We got about 10 minutes plus stop time. Look at the look on that Tottenham fan. That says it all. Now, Anwoyi in the penalty area. Yates. Yates battling Udogi. Yates and Sangare trying to combine. And that is going to be a goal kick for Tottenham. 10 minutes left in this match plus stoppage time. Spurs need to pick up a sense of urgency. Sarr to Kevin Danso. Danso, he almost lost possession there. Romero. Bergvall, what a move. Nice move against Elliot Anderson. Bergvall cutting inside. A couple of Nottingham players, but too strong of a pass. Sells. Gets it. And time is beginning to run out on Tottenham. They've got about 10 minutes left to at least get 2 goals. Cleared. Okay, that's a foul on Ndoye by Destiny Udogi. That's a yellow card. And the ship is sinking real quick for Tottenham. Free kick for Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson will take that free kick. Ndoye. Anderson to Ndoye. That pass is too strong. Archie Gray. Pedro Porro. Lucas Bergvall. Lots of space for Bergvall. That pass was meant for Pedro Porro. Not to be. Cleared by Forest. Out to Christian Romero. Romero to Archie Gray. Bergvall. Xavi Simons. What a pass. Xavi Simons. Met by Ndoye. Good block. Out to Papizar. Lucas Bergvall. Bergvall. Low cross. Save. Saved by Sells. Okay, but it looks like it was so they're calling offsides. No, he was onside. He was good. That was out of bounds before he took the shot. So that'll be a goal kick for Forest. Now it looks like Archie Gray is coming off. So that is Tottenham's final substitution. Conor Gallagher is coming on. And it is just looking hopeless for Spurs. Look at Igor. That looks like that's James Maddison. Okay, that's a foul by Destiny Udogi on Ndoye as the minutes tick away in this matchup. If Dominic Solanke had converted that opportunity in the first half, we might be looking at a whole different ball game now. Aina. Anderson, free kick. Cleared. Nico Williams. Long shot. Saved by Vicario. Out to Papizar. Spurs running out of time. Christian Romero. To Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro still trying, but good block by Murillo. Anderson. Nico Williams. In the corner. Gibbs White. Brought down by Lucas Bergvall. That's a foul. Now look at the Nottingham Forest fans on their feet, cheering their hero Morgan Gibbs White. There's Ryan Yates, the acting captain, getting the Forest supporters on their feet. Nottingham Forest supporters sitting on the top, that section on the top left-hand corner of your screen. Igor Tudor. It's a different story for him and for Nottingham Forest as it stands right now. Nottingham Forest 2 points ahead of Tottenham and 3 points clear of West Ham. So still a chance that Forest could get relegated, but they at least created some space with this matchup. Taiwo. Good play by Gibbs White. Oh, that's a corner. That was all made by Morgan Gibbs White there, winning that header. Awonyi was onside off of Kevin Danso, so that'll be a corner for Tottenham, their third corner of the match. That corner will be taken from the top right-hand corner of your screen. Nico Williams there. Forrest could finish this right here, right now. Cleared up by Tottenham all the way back to Sells. Sells sent it to the left side. Nico Williams there. Gibbs White. Very crucial there. It's over! Taiwo! What a cross! 3-0 Forest. Taiwo takes the shirt off. The shirt said, God is the greatest. And the Nottingham Forest fans, they are not doubting that. 3-0. And this one is done and dusted. Look at the looks on the faces of the Nottingham fans. They are loving it. The Tottenham Hotspur fans, not so much. Good thing for them. Aston Villa looks like they're going to beat West Ham. What a cross. What a cross. Nico Williams. That was made possible by Gibbs White holding off Papizar. Taiwo Awonyi beats out Kevin Danso. Basically comes off the shin guard, but who cares? And Victor Pereira, the new manager of Forest, they're going to celebrate that win. This one is done and dusted, y'all. Oh, there's a chance for Solanke. What a save by Sells. Beautiful shot by Solanke. Papizar made that happen. Oh, he gets by Milenkovic. Gets the shot by Murillo. And as you can see, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is emptying out. The home supporters incredibly frustrated. There's the corner by Pedro Porro. Another save! And Kolo Muani missed. Missed the header off that deflection. Porro. Solanke. Solanke's had three big misses. But the first one in the first half, that was the most egregious. And Kolo Muani can't put it in the back of the net. Might not make a difference now. Taiwo Awoniyi with the goal. There's a look like a little playful shoving there with one of the Tottenham players. Aina had a good match for Forest. Tough first half, but settled in. There's a foul by Elliot Anderson on Xavi Simons. That'll be a free kick outside of the penalty area on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. The Tottenham fans leaving. The Nottingham Forest fans, they're not going anywhere. You see them at the top of the screen, upper left-hand corner, all in red. They are loving this. One of their best performances of the season. Pedro Porro with the free kick. Five minutes of stoppage time. That cross, too strong. That'll be a goal kick for Nottingham Forest. Oh, frustration. There's a look at the Forest fans. Okay, a couple of more subs by Nottingham Forest. Morgan Gibbs-White is going to come off. Very good performance by him. Nicolas Dominguez is going to come on for James McAtee is coming for Morgan Gibbs-White. Nicolas Dominguez is coming on for Elliot Anderson. Nottingham Forest trying to keep that clean sheet. Oh, what was Conor Gallagher thinking there? A complete team performance. By Nottingham Forest, very resolute in the first half. That header by Igor Jesus to make it 1-0. Really just the momentum of the match. Tottenham had been the better team in the first half. And even with that being said, Tottenham kept pushing and pushing. But once Gibbs-White got that second goal, it was pretty much over. Sangare. Nico Williams. Nico Williams trying to take it to the corner flag. That's out. That'll be throwing for Tottenham. Bergvall. Romero all the way out to Destiny Udogie. And Doy with the pressure. Kevin Danso. Aina missed it. Moani. Oh, Igor Tudor having some words there with Ryan Yates. Kevin Danso. Christian Romero. Lucas Bergvall. Good pass. Can Tottenham get a goal before the end of the game? Nope. Aina. Doy. And Doy. Battling Kolo Muani. He's taken down by Muani. That's a foul. Free kick for Nottingham. A minute left in stoppage time. And in just a little bit, the Carabao Cup final will begin between Arsenal and Manchester City. And I might just do the watch along for that. All right, less than a minute left. Yates. Ndoye pushes off of Udogie. That's a foul. Free kick for Spurs. Papazar. Romero. As this one is about to end. But Forest still applying pressure. Good on them. They're not giving Tottenham any breathing space. Cleared up by Dominguez to Vicario. And that's it. A fantastic performance by Nottingham Forest. A huge win for them. They move up to 16th. Here's a live look. They move up to 16th with that win. 2 points clear of Spurs. Aston Villa beat West Ham. Nottingham Forest not out of the relegation zone just yet. Still 7 games to go. It's not over for any of these teams, neither Nottingham, Tottenham, or West Ham, but Nottingham Forest do create space. Impressive performance. I'm going to take a quick break, and in just a little bit, we are going to switch over to the Carabao Cup final between Arsenal and Manchester City. I'm going to do another watch along here on the Operation Smooth podcast, and I'll be back in just a